Hello everyone, I've been gone back to my Gothic phase this week. So I always used to write Gothic stories and poems, and I just felt like writing a Gothic poem this week. So here we go. It's called Heading Off, Searching for Lydia. A frenzy of crows crash landed from the hunter's bullets. He picked one up gingerly, contemplating burial. And why? Well, they are God's creatures, the rest were scattered. A cat stole through the forest and stopped to stare. Its hiding place, a tree ruddled with a red cross, ready for felling. And why? Death was in the air. He continued to dig with a rusty spade, his mission for the night, before the splatter of dead crows waylaid him. Third dig this week, third time lucky, he started to chuckle. Yes, his spade had struck a metal box. He scraped away the soil, then he crowbarred it, expecting to see primarily the remains. But where was the head? No golden hair, no sparkle in her dead eyes. 2. The flight of the head. Village lights scanned the scene as if bearing witness. But I never did it. He lied, attacked by a dagger of moonlight. Spirits tossed down the head from the high trees. Yes, she had playmates as usual in the randy forest. Come join us. Let's play, Sebastian. It's a rave. But Lydia, it's time. Come to me. I need you. I want to confess. He lunged out and caught her head by its golden locks. It's been a long time, my darling. Now let's fly like we used to. He tossed Lydia's head up into the night clouds where it hovered. Now for me, he intoned the words to resurrect the dead. It was like being suspended on a high wire, like a circus performer. The sheer pleasure of being skybound. It's working, he breathed. Part 3, night vision. Up in the clouds, a golden eagle left its nest to go hunting. You're doing my head in, called the man, as their head bombarded the mist. He lunged out and caught her. This is for real. You know how I feel. I'll kiss you goodbye. No more pies in the sky. No more dreary propositions, weaving in and out of bars, in challenging city streets. No more delusions. No more crazy night visions in peep shows or showdowns. But be careful, you mighty bird. Stop your pecking, please. This head can never be replaced. I know its value in the food chain. Goodbye, Lydia, my erstwhile lover. I tossed you away on the wind. Now I'll go cruising in the moonlight. Sit tight, Lydia, we're away. But there's a feline in my brain, hissing and spitting. You can't imagine the pain. An alien's possessed me, so it's all over. Not another day. Part 4, the sacrifice. I'm here for a reason. It seems a woman wants to challenge me. All that I want is to apologize for all my misdemeanors, making you cry.
You're mute. You're mute, Susie. You're mute. You have to unmute. Yeah.
Sorry,
No.
I don't know how that happened.
You have to unmute
please.
yourself. Yeah, suddenly.
That's a technical problem.
I know what that is. Yeah.
Can you unmute her, David?
Yeah, she's on mute. You're good now.
Oh, now you're fine. Okay,
Can you hear
go
me
right
now?
ahead.
I'll do
Yes.
the
Yes.
last part about that. I'll do the last part, which is the sacrifice. I'm here for a reason. It seems a woman wants to challenge me. All I want is to apologize for all my misdemeanors, making you cry, then to perform the last rites on the only woman I love. Then I'll most certainly die. It's strange how close to death one feels up in the night sky. Yet, do I really want to go? She was a bitch, you know, forever unfaithful. I tossed your head on the wind for death birds to feed on. Your mouth was cursing me, cursing. I'm plummeting down in excruciating pain. Just let me explain. Your head hit the rocks on the mountainside. Don't leave me forever this way. Can't we pray? At least we can pray. It's a sacrifice. A woman stood up and walked away. And that was the end of that one. And I've got one more which I wrote a little while ago. It's called Death Mask. I wore my death mask, rhymed with the frost of centuries. You in your ermine robe, suggestive of winters past. I followed you across time to the finality of your death. A silver bullet in my gun, I erased you with one press on the trigger. Released from my crime, I'm like a sooty widow up in flames, or a despised witch fresh from the torture of the Inquisition. I needed you to go out of my life, out of my death, the torture in those eyes on speed, ready to reincarnate. When spirits are bereft, they haunt the beloved to death. Yet I am no corpse. I see the earth heave, a mighty ocean undulates. You are there in the shadow of an oak, lurking, lusting, frozen in time, a wolf on heat, a changeling mirrored in the lake. Frozen in time, too late for the feast, or too soon, you lick your lips, awaiting the thaw, when immortality permits you to take me once more. It's the second one.
Now you could call this an ekphrastic poem, because it's about art. So anyway, impressionist smoke whirls from the river. A framework of gold ormolu flowers weaving among the tombstones. Tutankhamun's tomb raiders haven't seen the Mona Lisa with the scream. Fragments of the Apocrypha in the folds of Monet's Japanese garden, listening to the cheers of a revolutionary guards in the Louvre. The artist's vision, advertising the metro via Leonardo's perspective. This evening, it's an immaculate conception, the stained glass images. Tomorrow and tomorrow, before dawn, walking to the Gare du Nord. Bethlehem, painted by Caravaggio in Saint Georges, bistro, roll of silkscreen. From the Café de Paris, an intergalactic light on the water of the Seine. Shostakovich echoing across from the radiogram in the Communist Bar. A portrait of Vincent van Gogh, Dutch impressionist at dawnlight. An angel of Paul Gauguin's ascending the lysergic pinhead. Icons from the salamander burning in the night sky. A versicolored star. A framework of gold ormolu, Juno Fluvius among the tombstones. I suppose you could call this another ekphrastic poem. It's called John Keats' Sojourn in memory of Thomas Chatterton. Journeying in the northern hills of the Cairngorms, listening to the music of Byron's Aeolian harp. Take me back to the opalescent light, sun shining, splintered dreams from wolfsbane or opium. The sacrifice of Adonai, awoken in a genie's lamp. Nadir to zenith, black light, lunar spinning wheel. Sunlight across the river valley, mountainside. Walk away, a stranger wandering in the battlefield, returning from the kirk in the Ayrshire graveyard, aftermath of a dramatic Hanoverian revolution, reading the Waverley novels, remembering in exile, guided by Polaris and Aurora Borealis over Scandinavia. Take me back to the opalescent light, sun dancing, splintered dreams from Wolfsbane or Heartsease, journeying back in the northern alleys of the Cairngorms, listening to the music of the spheres, the first starlight. Thanks very much.